Outside of that, in all the years of these fetes, very little had changed. Except, I suppose, for me. If you were in New York and in the art world, you did not refuse an invitation from Tilly Barber. And, for whatever reason, that night was particularly crowded. Bodies and conversation packed close enough to create a hum. I remember feeling a restless excitement when I arrived, the kind you feel when you're giddy from holding a secret. One with wings that flap furiously against your palms, knowing that any moment now it could fly up, out into the world. Its motion changing fortunes and futures, oceans or even lifetimes away. And I, the only one containing it. Such a power! Giancarlo, raconteur that he was telling me a story. I was listening, but not. He always came back from Rome with the longest stories. I was distracted, knowing that at any moment, he'd arrive. Jack Martin, my husband. And then, as if I willed it by simply glaring at the doorway, he did. Jack likes to enter rooms slowly, to stand and hover before he makes his way glacially into a space. Some people think this is because of his size. He's become quite mammoth these last years. His physical form expanded, I think, intentionally to match his scale of import in the world of art. The more generous attributed Jack's heavy-footedness to the rumored injuries sustained from years of lifting rods of iron and setting down plates of steel. Each and every piece of art that's ever bore my name, he will tell you within breaths of meeting him, was installed by me and me alone. That explanation is, for me, the most ripe, picked with callous-free hands from the vine of Jack's decades-old propaganda tree about working-class roots. But here's the truth. The kind of truth only a wife can really know. Jack enters the room slowly so that people will notice him. Plants himself like a lightning rod, drawing the kinetic energy of everything and everybody his way. Still and quiet so that, for a moment at least, the attention of the revelers is pulled from whatever conversation they were having, or joint they were smoking, or person they were trying to fuck, and drawn instead towards him. The party, if not the world, spinning around Jack Martin. So it was that night. From the corner of my eye, I watched him enter the loft and linger, waiting. Around me, conversations bright and raucous just seconds before, suddenly muted as people noticed his presence. All mentally calculating if and how and when they could talk to him. Even Giancarlo's voice trailed off. I stole a cigarette from him and pretended not to notice as Jack, finally feeling acknowledged, crossed the room towards the kitchen. I didn't need to look up to know that's where Tilly was. Normally, this would have annoyed me. That he always sought her out before he ever even looked for me. That she was, in my opinion, the only one he genuinely respected, far more than for being one of the best art dealers in the world. For more than even making his career. Really, I think, just for being her. Steely. New England elegant. Any other day, this would have driven me up a wall. Drawn out my sharp cat claws. But on this night, I had the flapping wings of secrets, restless in my hands. I was excited, delighted even, that he'd finally arrived. I was wearing my favorite dress, the one I'd bought in Iowa from a secondhand store. It was from the 60s, with big silver paillettes, each as large and round as the eye of a cow. Clustered so tight and voluminously, they tinkled soft like wind chimes when they rustled together. I had put on the only heels I wore anymore. Artists, when they are working, should have little need for heels. I wore the red lipstick from...